Welcome to marking, underlining, and scooping. Remember that LD appropriate instruction needs to be multisensory. In order to learn to decode and spell, LD students need not only to see, but to say, hear, touch, and move. We have talked about students manipulating magnetic letters to make and change words, touching a dot under each letter with the eraser end of their pencils as they blend the sounds in a word, and handling 3x5 word cards. When words are on a worksheet, first of all, each word, or each row at least, should be numbered. Many LD students have trouble with visual spatial organization and finding their place on the page, so it's very helpful to be able to say, "Rosa, could you read number 4? The font should be large, at least 18. There should be plenty of space between words and no more than 2 columns of words. At the top of each worksheet should be clear directions for what the student is supposed to do with each word, with the first one done in order to show an example. Marking and underlining help the student to focus on a word and apply their knowledge. For example, in the 0 to 1.9 grade equivalent vowel consonant silent E lesson, for which you just wrote phrases and sentences, here would be the beginning of a typical worksheet. Moving now to the 2 to 3.9 grade equivalent Alphabetics progress sheet, the student will have learned the rule that if 2 vowels are together, the first says its name and the second is silent, and put it into their notebooks behind the phonics divider. After learning the vowel digraphs that illustrate this rule, they might encounter a worksheet with these directions. Later, when they have learned that PH and GH can both say f, the top of the worksheet might say this. And scooping brings us into the realm of syllabication. Students in the 0 to 1.9 grade equivalent group have been dealing only with patterns in one-syllable words. The 2 to 3.9 grade equivalent group will begin to deal with longer words, which means learning the concept of a syllable. Hearing syllables in a spoken word is part of phonological awareness. The teacher can explain that a syllable is a piece of a word with one vowel sound in it. This is not the same as one vowel letter. Some syllables aren't even spelled with a vowel. Think of the word rhythm, which is a 2-syllable word, the second syllable being spelled simply M. A syllable can be spelled with many letters. Think of the 1-syllable word through, which has 7 letters in one syllable, or with 1 letter. Think of the word idea, a 3-syllable word which has a first and last syllable, each consisting of 1 letter. There are several good ways to help students hear and count syllables. Since a vowel sound, by definition, opens the mouth, a student can hold the flat top of his or her hand a ½ inch under the chin and say a word, counting how many times the chin hits the hand. The teacher can suggest a category, like foods or colors or makes of cars, and students can take turns volunteering a word, and the teacher can knock the table or board once for each syllable, eventually drawing a blank line for each syllable on the board. At this point, take a look at the Syllabication and Structural Analysis progress sheet. You will notice there are 6 types of syllables. You would only teach one at a time to your students, but let's look at an explanation of all of them, then you'll do an activity. For the Syllabication and Structural Analysis progress sheet, you can find it located in the Resources section below this presentation.